Looks like everybody is able to find student presentation. In a moment, we'll get started. All right, you will continue to hear the voice. You'll continue to hear the voice here in English Classes Stage. We'll be typing here, but everybody join us right now in student presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Come back to the chat. Everybody come back to the chat. We're about to begin. Everyone, a huge round of applause for Kavit in the chat. Everyone, Kavit is one of our newest members. Kavit has quickly become such a great member of our community. Kavit has done a number of exercises, done a great job with that.
Thank you, sir.
Kavit, absolutely. And Kavit quickly became interested in doing a student presentation.
Thanks, everyone.
He will be doing that now. And to students who are new, this is the most important part of our environment, our warm, supportive environment. Kavit, this applause is for you. Welcome recently to our community. Congratulations on what will be your great student presentation. All right, everyone, join us in student presentation. Kavit, certainly simply remember when you're ready for the next slide to let me know next slide, please, something like that.
All right.
And whenever you're ready, when we're done, there are 17 slides. There are 17 slides. It will be about 20-25 minutes of presentation. And then, as usual, we'll come back to classes chat, and you will be able to type your questions for Kavit on this great topic. We're in student presentation. Kavit, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Kavit, and I'm here today to do the presentation of the benefits of e-learning. All right, let's get started. In the past, if we wanted to learn something, we would go to some specific places like schools, library, classrooms. So, in order to learn something, but nowadays, it become very easy. When we have like computers and internet, we can search for whatever that we want to learn. That's the idea behind e-learning. How the e-learning actually implemented in our life. Next. So after giving a little hint about e-learning, now let's ask, what is actually e-learning or online learning? E-learning is a learning system based on formalized teaching, but with the help of the technology and electronic resources, which means with the help of the internet and computers. When teachers or students, they don't have to go to the classrooms. No, they will be using their internet connections and their devices to learn about something or to teach something. Next, please. About this one, we have to know that there is difference between e-learning and live online learning. E-learning means that the students can go through the lecture or through the video or through the article whenever they want, whenever they feel like it. It doesn't shame them or force them to go to some specific place or to go to attend to the course at some specific time. But live online learning, teachers and students, they have to attend to the course at the same time, which means they have to be present. So if they miss it, the chance of if they didn't understand something, they have to wait to the next session so they can ask about what's gone wrong in the previous one. And that's what makes e-learning very, very special, that you can go through the lecture or over and over again, so you can understand what you didn't understand. Next, please. Right. Sure, there is a lot of types of e-learning. We're not gonna talk about all of them, but we will talk about a little bit of them. Well, the first one is one-on-one learning, when you go with your own, by your own, learning about stuff by yourself. Group learning is when you form a group to learn about something, so you can share ideas between you and your team. Video-based learning, that you go through some sort of videos that help you to get something, to understand something or to learn about something. You can read by going through articles. You can take it as a game, like games that explains the steps for you, and you take it as a gameplay style that will help you a lot with a lot of things to understand. And that's how they teach kids nowadays. Next, please. Alright. For sure, there are advantages and disadvantages of e-learning or online courses. The advantage is it's very, very flexible. You can start whenever you feel like it, whenever you are, wherever you are. You can go through the lecture again. Like if you missed something or you don't understand something, you can always repeat. It reduces the cost. Like the paperwork. It reduces a lot of physical energy when you have to go somewhere or you have to attend here at some specific time. It actually makes it so much easier for students to learn in such a good way. The cons is the disadvantages. If you don't have if you're not in touch with technology or internet or computer, it may be a little bit hard for you. And it requires high level of self-discipline. You have to trust yourself when you are an e-learner, because you are your own manager here. You are the one who's putting the flow. You're putting the flow for yourself, so you have to trust yourself that you're gonna succeed no matter what. That's why some people, they don't like it, because they have weak point about self-discipline. But it comes with the time. And that's the disadvantages of e-learning. Next, please. Alright. Everything that we learn or everything that we take, it can be successful in so many good ways. So e-learning can be successful. As I said earlier, you are your own manager here, so you can choose the best methodology, the best method for you to learn, the best structures, the best design. So it will help you to gain as much as you can of the knowledge that you learned about. That's why when you have to choose what you like, because when you learn what you like, you will actually get more and more of the higher levels, will make a lot of progress. And that's how you make e-learning progress. How can make it very, very successful. Next, please. Right. Here we become to the main point of our topic, the benefits of e-learning. How actually e-learning can help us to give us a lot of benefits, and help us gives a lot of skills. It really do, because when you're learning by your own, you go through a lot of experience that you never been there before. So e-learning can gives you a lot of benefits and help you with a lot of things. And we're gonna explain all of this in the coming section. Next, please. Okay, here is the top benefits of e-learning. There is a lot of benefits for sure, but I really choose those points because it got my interest more than the other ones. So the flexibility, the time management, self-motivation, the virtual communication, Also, virtual communication and global perspective, critical thinking skills, technical skills. We will explain every one of those one by one in the next slide. Next, please. Thank you. The first one is the flexibility. E-learning have the flexibility to start from anywhere. Like the flexibility, which means you can start anywhere. You are not like forced to stay in some class. You can do it in your room. You can do it like if you want to go outside and take your laptop with you, like doing something that you want to learn about. So you go to the coffee shop or any place that you prefer. Because as I said, you do it when you feel like it, when you feel comfortable that you wanna do it now. So that's how it gives you the flexibility to manage yourself, to manage everything that going. Like if you have like a lot of things going in your day, it won't be a problem for you. That's how it can be very, very flexible with you. Like you make your own schedule, you do what you want, and you learn by the way that you want. You learn by the way what you like, which you prefer the most. Next, please. The second one is better time management. And time management is very, very important nowadays. Not only in e-learning, but it's very, very important in everything that we go through. So, as I said, the flexibility of e-learning gives you the chance to create your own schedule. So that's how it helps you to manage your time in such a good way. Like let's say if you are working or you have a lot of things that you do in your daytime, so it will not force you to do it at some specific time. No, you will have the chance to maintain the time, to maintain the balance of your time in your day. Like if you have a lot of things, you will have it just you will do just in time, and nothing will take like other time of anything. So that's how it helps you to learn about the time management, which is very, very important in our life. Because if you miss your time, you miss it. Like time will never go back. You will not ever go back to time that you didn't do anything. And so that's how it helps you to focus on the time that you have to get the most of the important thing that you have in your day done. Next, please. The third one, self-motivation. As e-learners, we try to learn things that we want to learn, or we love to learn, that we would love to learn. So whenever we learn about something new, it gives us the motivation to go for more. That's one of the most amazing thing in e-learning. Like when you achieve a point, it will make you like proud of yourself that you could get the step alone, by that that you got this step by yourself without any help, just by your own. That's how the self-motivation work in e-learning. That's how it encourages you to go for more without being afraid, without being like worried about something. Because when you keep doing it increases the level of your ambitious. It makes you like more and more ambitious, like, and it gives you like the needs of information that no, like I don't feel like it's enough for me that I have this, like I have achieved this only. I want to go for more, and that's how beautiful it is. Next, please. Point number 4, and one of my most favorite ones, is actually visual communication skills. when you're trying to learn something online, you don't have anyone around you, but you can always connect people all around the globe. You can use some sort of communication software like we're doing right now. We're using Discord, so we can like share our ideas with other students. We can send emails to our teachers, so we can achieve something or understand something more that we didn't understand. And that's how our level of virtual communication becomes higher and higher by the time. Because whenever like we go on in our learning journey, we want to see the ideas of other people, other students, and we don't have them like around us, as I said. So that's how we have to take care of the virtual communication. It helps us a lot to gain much knowledge. Next, please. All right. Point number 5, it's one of the most important points, the global perspectives. Like when you learn something online, you will have students with you from all around the globe. They are not from your location only, because it's it's kind of worldwide. So when you engage those students with your ideas, they will give you their ideas. When you try to talk about your cultures, they will talk about their cultures. So that will help you to be open about other cultures, about other places, what is going on around the world, how actually the world work. So that's how beautiful it is. Like when you work with other people, it you will be open more about other ideas. You will not be in the same circle anymore. So that's how it's very important. And this one of the most amazing things about e-learning, that you be open for others and you understand what is not in your location. You understand everything that go around. Next, please. Point number 6, and it's one of the most important. It's more important than anything that I said. They are all important for sure, but critical thinking skills is actually one of the most important things that you have to achieve, like in your e-learning journey. Because like when you try to learn something or trying to solve a problem, you will have you will feel that you want to solve it in better way. You will try to figure out how can I solve this problem in shorter way. Like I took like 10 minutes in this one. Next time I want to take like 8 minutes, and it goes on. And that's how e-learning, because you're trying to do things by yourself, it will help you to manage how to use your mindset in such a good way, in different ways, to find like more different solutions, and to look at things from different perspectives. And that's how it helps you, because you're actually dealing with different topics and huge amount of knowledge, because you're not studying actually with one teacher or one student. So that's how you gain the ability to think in different ways and think in good ways, and to be fast in your problem solving. Next, please. All right. Here is the last point: technical skills. When you try to learn online, we use computer and internet for sure. So in this case, we use some sort of softwares like communication programs. We use the web, like we go through websites. So everything of that help us to get familiar with those things. Like using Discord, so we're getting familiar with Discord to look over the channels that we need to know something. Like if we want to get the class information, we have to go there. If we want to if we want to see the class chat, we will click on it, and that's how it's going. and when something goes wrong, you will be able to know what is going wrong, what is going wrong, and you will figure out how to fix it. And this is how e-learning helped you to gain some technical skills that helps you to to understand how the software that you're working on working, and the troubleshooting of how can you fix it, or how can you deal with it. And that's pretty much it about the technical skills. Next, please. All right. Finally, we have to say that with the modern technology that which improving every day in such a good way for us, like it gives us the opportunity to have better chance of education and to learn things in such a good way as e-learning do right now. Like lately we didn't have the choice to go outside of our homes because of the pandemic, so we have to stay home because we have to stay safe. So that's why we started to use the internet and computers many like more than before. So the progress of technology nowadays will help us and improve the way that we can learn with, and that's why the e-learning is the most amazing thing that we have right now. It helps us to learn things in such a good way. Next, please. I hope that I covered the most important points about the topic, and thanks for Mr. Allen for bringing me here on the stage, and thanks for everyone who actually supported me and accepted me to hear my presentation. Thank you all, and thank you, Mr. Allen.
Everyone, join us back in classes chat. Join us back in classes chat where we're typing. We have already started our huge round of applause, everyone. A huge round of applause for Kavit. What an amazing presentation. What a great presentation, Kavit. A huge round of applause for Kavit. What an amazing presentation. What a great presentation. Kavit, who joined us very recently, has so quickly become such a valuable member of our community. Kavit so quickly learned how to do a student presentation. What a perfect presentation. What a perfect presentation.
Thank you, sir.
You are so welcome. You did such a great job. What a great collection of slides full of great information. The descriptions of them were just perfect. Kavit has quickly become a valuable member of our community and put together an amazing presentation. You will be able to see, those of you whose schedules permit, you'll be able to see the same presentation. Kavit will give the presentation again in the following class time. We certainly hope that Kavit will return for presentations on other topics of interest as well. As always, we will now, in the chat, by typing, students will have the opportunity to ask Kavit about his experiences with the benefits of e-learning, the impact to him, advice that he has for you, questions that you have. And we'll do this as usual by typing. What I'll do is I'm going to take a look at the questions as they come up. I'm going to pause my screen to see each of them. I will read the questions to Kavit. So I won't see what's at the bottom of the chat until I get through the questions. We have about 45 minutes left in class, so we have plenty of time before we get started. And everyone can go ahead and start typing their questions. I will be scrolling through them as we go. Kavit, before we get started, again, tremendous presentation. Such a great job in such a short time to be able to do such a great presentation. Great job.
Yes.
Kvit, before we get started, any general comments that you want to make at the conclusion of your presentation before we get started? Any summary of your personal experience with e-learning? Any introduction to the question and answer session?
Yeah, I like e-learning. One of the best experience that I've been going through, and that's why I chose the topic, because part of my life was like long part of my life was e-learning, because I don't want to go off topic, but I will like explain it a little bit fast. I wanted to learn about computer science, but I can't go to some sort of place to teach me. So I started to do it by my own. I study management information system, but also I'm a self learner in computer science and programming. That's how it helped me a lot with a lot of things. And it helped me like how to develop my way of thinking. How can I look at things and get the most of knowledge of it? And by the time it becomes so fun, and I really like it. And also I'm taking the class of English because I wanna get improved to be able to get the more information with teachers from all around the globe, because you have amazing information and amazing knowledge. So I don't want to miss that. That's why I'm here learning about English, improving my English, so I can be able to see or to understand things in better way.
Kvit, thank you so much. That was very much on topic. Your how e-learning has impacted your life. It's so good to hear that. This will be the opportunity of students via chat, via typing, to ask questions of Kvit, perhaps to share your own experiences. The first question I saw is from Vinicius, how e-learning has affected your life. If anyone typed a question above that, go ahead and type it again. I will read the questions as I scroll down. I'll work our way down through the chat, and Kvit will answer those by voice. Again, to ask your questions, type them in classes chat. The first question, Kvit, from Vinicius. You've spoken to some of this. Please expand as you would like to add. How, this is from Vinicius, how the e-learning has affected your life. And this, I love that, what a great question from Vinicius. What is your opinion about procrastination in e-learning? And can that be a problem? And how can we change this? Kvit.
Yeah.
Vinicius's questions.
Okay.
How has e-learning affected your life? What is your opinion about procrastination in e-learning? Can that be a problem? And how can we change this?
About e-learning affected my life in so many ways that I had like a little bit of bad experience, dealing with teachers, interacting with them. But when I started learning by my own, it gave me the opportunity to trust myself that I can do something and I can understand things in better way. Also, I can be open, like I said in the topic, I can be open to more different ideas because I'm not learning alone. Because when I learn about something, I search about the community that's also interested in the same thing that I learn. So it helps a lot. It helped me a lot to get the help from other people and also helping other people. That's how you can learn and how you can make e-learning affect your life. About the other questions, I don't understand the word of.
So procrastination. And this is a great question. Vinicius, this is a great question. And so much of what we're doing remotely, whether it's e-learning, whether it's working, there are many different opinions. And this is one very a question that's often asked, this question of where is someone more effective? Is it in the classroom? Is it at the workplace? Is it at home? And this question of Vinicius is one that we hear often. In e-learning, in remote learning, is there a problem with being motivated to doing the work? Is there a problem in not getting the work done? Putting off something that needs to get done at a certain deadline. This idea of procrastination, waiting, not getting something done. Of course, this varies from individual to individual, but Kvit, what is your experience with, not necessarily personally, but what is your awareness of the issue of not getting things done? This idea of procrastination, can that be a problem? And if it is a problem to someone, you have obviously been very successful being motivated on your own, accomplishing so many of your goals. Has not getting things done, has procrastination been a problem for you? And what advice can you offer others for whom this is a problem?
If you're not motivated to get things done, you have, like, the better way is to see other people, how did they do it. That's one point. Other point is, if you're not motivated, or we can't say if you got bored, so how can I change this feeling? I really like this thing, I want to learn about it, but I'm not motivated to do it. Here, in this case, we have to take a break, and we do something that we really like, that makes us happy, so we feel satisfied inside, that we actually did something that we love, that makes us happy. So it will give you the motivation to get to work again. And this problem happens the most because of overworking. Let's say if you have 9 videos of the course, so you're trying to take 5 of them in a day. That's the wrong way, and you will be bored, and you will get less motivation every time you finish a video, because your mindset needs to rest. That's my opinion about that, because your mental behavior and your mindset needs to work like your body, no difference. You have to rest when you feel like you are dead a lot of things. So overwork is the main reason behind this problem. And what I say, when you feel it, you have to take a break and do something what you really like, love. Maybe eat your best meal, or maybe you can lay down and look at the stars, like trying to find something that will make you happy, that will make you get back into the flow again.
What great advice. What great advice. I appreciate that so much, and so much a part of our class principles, the realization that our English learning journeys, all our learning journeys, are individual. What tremendous advice, what wise advice to pay attention to our own needs. Are we tired? Are we motivated to respond to that, to take the best possible care of ourselves and our needs in our studying? What great advice, what great advice. Let's continue up. Kvit, by the way, I'm scrolling down, and I love these questions. I want to give you the opportunity to, I'll read them, but also to follow along with them visually. So okay. We're looking at Emma's question, and I'm not sure where you are.
I'm at Emma's one.
Perfect. So Emma's question first. Again, part of our amazing community where we support and encourage each other, where we just check in and say hello. Emma first wants to ask, how are you doing today? That great introduction. Let's start there. Emma's question, Kvit, how are you doing today? Are you enjoying the presentation? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm feeling great.
Excellent. Emma, thank you for asking. Okay, so the second question. This is great, and I saw some discussion of this other areas in the chat. Emma asked, did I get it right that Alan's classes would be considered, this is a question of terminology. And some of this goes to English terminology, and I can also speak to some of that. Some of it is to the technical aspects of e-learning. Emma's question, would Alan's classes, would that be considered as live online learning? Is that because you have to be present at the classes? Is live online learning defined as that way because you have to be present? And Cheeman-Ruler's classes. Cheeman-Ruler, by the way, Kvit, is another great teacher here on the English server. Would that be considered both e-learning and live online learning? That is, Cheeman-Ruler makes videos available. I do not do that. So Alan's classes are only live. You have to be present. Cheeman-Ruler does his live classes, but then he makes recordings of them. They're available through YouTube. So Emma asks, are the recordings of Cheeman-Ruler the e-learning part? And is the term for when we're in class, whether it's Cheeman-Ruler's, Maggie's classes, what will be Demon Aid's upcoming classes, is that the online learning part, or would it be just considered e-learning? So this question about terminology and which of these terms applies to what?
Let's talk about your classes, like Mr. Allen classes. We can consider it both. Yeah, like almost of them, they are not recorded. But let's say here today, like we're doing presentations and something like that. Actually, there is someone recording, and thank you, Nenev. So we can consider both. If before I do my presentation, I gone through the old presentations and I learned something from it. So about Mr. Allen, we can consider it like live online learning. It's the most. Let's say it's like 90%, and the other 10% is actually e-learning that gets we're saving the class so we can go through it again. Cheeman-Ruler, I have seen reports, but I didn't go through it, so we can consider that as e-learning as well, because he's talking about something like grammar and stuff that students maybe missed that chance to understand what is going on behind the scene. So they have to go to the videos again and play it again and again and again. About Miss Maggie, I don't I didn't attend the class before, but I don't know much if she recording the scary stories or the class of her record her class or not. But if she doesn't record it, it will be like normal live online learning, because there is nothing that we can go through again. But because whenever we have a record of our class, we can always go through it more like whenever we want to learn something new. Maybe there is something that we heard, but we didn't focus, so we didn't get the idea behind that, and that's it.
What a great presenter Kvit is. What a great presenter. So many terms in English, as with so many words in English, as we so often say, we realize the flexibility of English. We realize the flexibility of any language. We release ourselves from the idea of perfection. We realize there is no one perfect word, no one perfect phrase. And sometimes we realize that terms themselves are understood in different ways. I loved Kvit's explanation of all those terms. We also realize that sometimes that even the generally accepted understanding of the terms, as Kvit just explained perfectly well, even with that, some of us who perhaps have not been exposed to the terms or have a limited experience with them, the ideas may mean something different to us, and we'll see those different experiences in all conversation. In all conversation, it's not one word, it's not one phrase, it's not one conversation. And one great thing that Kvit just did was go through that terrific explanation. And when we're discussing with someone, we do just that. We discuss, we share our own experiences, our own knowledge, and over many conversations with many words, we come to a common understanding. Both things are the case. Kvit offered a really great, commonly understood understanding of these terms, and even if your use of the terms or understanding of the terms has varied, in ongoing dialogue as we support in our warm, supportive environment is where we come to our common understandings. Again, what a great presenter Kvit is. Great explanation, Kvit. Great
Yes,
explanation.
Thank you.
All right, let me scroll down.
Anna, Ina, or Anna, I guess.
Go ahead. Which question are you looking at?
Anna, so you mean e-learning and online learning is the same?
Perfect.
It's the
Go
same
ahead.
thing? Actually, no, but they can be part of the same circle. Like it's like two half circles. So as I said, e-learning is available anywhere, anytime. Like you do it when you feel like it. So it doesn't force you to go to some specific place or to attend just in time. And another thing, you can if you did miss the chance to understand something, you can go through the article or the video or the tutorial. So that's how amazing e-learning is. But online learning, you have to be present with your teacher at the place or the meeting, so you don't miss the class. And if you did miss the class, you will have to wait to the next class so you can recover what you missed of the previous class. And I hope I put it in such easy explanation for you.
Perfect. And Kvit, if you'd like, go ahead and scroll down and on your own, pick out the questions to refer to. As you did, identify the person asking the question and read that question as an introduction to respond to it.
I'm trying to find. Guess.
Let's take a look at we'll pick these out together. Just a few down. Hope World brings up the idea of some things are scheduled, some are at convenient time. What's been your experience, Kvit, with opportunities for learning online, the ones that you have to be there at a certain schedule? And you spoke about this as one of the benefits, those times that the schedule is completely up to you. And we see this, some opportunities you are completely in control of your schedule. Some you have to attend classes at a regular time, just like physical classes. What is your experience with these?
I work as customer support, so I usually work at night, or afternoon. So I can't study in the daytime like afternoon. So I have the chance to wake up early. And do my study. Then I will have a break after that. Then maybe going to the gym or doing something stays with my family. Then start working with in my own job. So it's very flexible that I can start whenever I want. I can take day free whenever I want. So even if I'm sick or I'm tired that I can't study today, it won't be a problem for me because I won't miss it. It will be available the next day. So that's how it affected my experience, affected my way of thinking about how to manage my time, because that day we have a lot of free time, even if we work, even if we have kids or we have a lot of things going on our day. E-learning can be so easy to pick whenever you are free, even if you have 1 hour of your day. So that's how it works with me. If I have to do a lot of things, I can find at least 30 minutes or 1 hour of my day to learn something, and that's it.
Perfect. let's continue down. We'll both look for questions.
There is Arabic Cat. I
Go
want to
ahead.
know. I want to know what things have you learned with e-learning? Just into the
Could you,
class.
Kavit, could you go ahead and read that one more time? You lagged just a little bit. Go ahead
I'm
and
sorry.
no problem. And the student's name, and then read the question one more time.
Okay, Arabic Cat. I want to know what things have you learned with e-learning. Just enter the class. Welcome to the class. I have learned a lot of things. Like one of them, I learned my English, but lately I didn't focus on like learning English. But by going through online courses with English teachers, it actually helped me a lot improving my English. So because I have to understand what are they saying. As I said, like lately, also the time management. It helped me a lot with how to manage my time or how to get things done. Another important thing that I learned from e-learning, that looking to the problem from different perspectives, taking other people ideas, being open to other people that I can take their opinion. It's not wrong to take other people's opinion. The most important thing about e-learning, you have to convince yourself that you can succeed. Even if you fail, you can take your mistakes and work on it. That's how amazing it is, because you are your own manager. You are the one. You are, and in this case, you are the teacher, because you're teaching yourself how to deal with your mistakes and how to get it done. Like how to think that I don't want this happen again. I don't want to be in the same mistake. I don't want to take so long in solving this problem. So I will try to figure another way to solve it in a faster way in shorter time. And that's it. I hope you understand my explanation.
Great explanation. And we are seeing, of course, in the chat, and we'll offer our congratulations together when we come to the end, but I appreciate the thanks from Vinicius. I appreciate the thanks from Emma for the great presentation and how helpful it is being to so many. We're going to continue with question and answer. If anyone has joined us recently, we're doing a student presentation we do in our classes as part of the most important part of learning, applying what we learn in class. As part of that, students have the opportunity to do student speeches and presentations. Those are informal and formal opportunities to present on a topic of interest. That's what we're doing today. On our Notion page, you can see a list of past student presentations and videos for many of those. Today, our great member of our community, Kvit, has been presenting on the benefits of e-learning. We are in the middle of our question and answer session. Students are able to type their questions in the chat, and we will continue.
Okay.
And I did notice Vinicius' question. I'm not sure if it was for you, Kvit. Vinicius, you asked about a concept that Puck was referring to. Vinicius, if you want to expand on that, or if you have a thought on that.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I was looking to a question, but
okay. And let me expand right under there. Exo Faroka ask a question. Let me expand Exo Faroka's question a little bit. They bring up the question of language. What a great question. What has been your experience? What are your thoughts, Kvit? What is your advice? Is there advice? Are there ways we can deal with, let's say there is a online class, an e-learning opportunity, a remote learning opportunity to learn something. Let's say it's in English. Yeah. And what if our English is not quite up to that level? What are your thoughts? Any advice for that?
My thoughts, like in this, as always, like when I was listening to music, I was reading the lyrics the same times the music plays. That's what you should do with the course as well. So you will follow your instructor, and you have to find the captions. So you have to read the subtitles with your instructor. It will be a little bit hard at the beginning, but you will get like it will be helpful, like in a good way. You will understand what are you trying to learn. Oh, again, you will learn more about the language. Like your ear, like when you hear the word and you see it in front of your eyes, this will help you more to get familiar with the language, to get familiar with the different accent, because teachers, they have like a lot of different accents between them. So what I recommend is try to find the caption, or try to find the article that the teacher actually teach from or read from, and try to follow. So that's the most effective way that you can get your knowledge, even if you don't understand the instructor clearly or the teacher clearly.
Did you personally have experience with that, Kavit? In other words, your English is so great. Your English is so advanced. Your vocabulary, your sentences, your speaking. Of course, there was a time when you were beginning to learn. When you were at an earlier stage in your English learning journey, were you still at that time involved with some online courses in English? Did you have experience in trying to manage those, wanting to attend those classes, but yourself, your English not being at an earlier stage?
Of course, I had the experience, because some like teachers, they talk really fast and they cover in a lot of points. So I have to be present all them. Like this class I was taking from Harvard, it was called CS50. Professor David Malin. He talks really, really fast, but he's not complicated. So I have to read what he's saying. So that's why, like, it worked with me. Like when I tried to like turn on the captions and listen and read what he's saying, it helped me a lot. And by the time I got used to it.
Perfect. Kavit, let me just check your connection. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That just ended, Rabbi. I just wanted to check the connection. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. Everyone, Kavit is such an extraordinary presenter. Kavit is a recent addition to our amazing community. We're doing his student presentation on the benefits of e-learning. Sometimes, Kavit, students will join us late in class. Students are welcome to do that. We all have busy schedules. As we're coming towards the end, we have about 15 minutes left. We'll take some more questions, but can you also give a very brief summary for some of the students who have joined us late? And I see Sagana has joined us recently, and Sagana's great comment. I think it's easier, speaking of e-learning, because you can miss some experiences, like real-life experiences. And we have been discussing this topic, Sagana. Kavit, can you give us a quick summary of the presentation, some of the main points of the benefits of e-learning as we come towards the end?
Sure.
Perfect.
Basically, the idea behind the benefit of e-learning, that how the computer and internet helped us to learn things in such a good way. That's the first point. Second point is that e-learning is different. There's difference between e-learning and live online learning, because live online learning we have to attend at some specific time, or we gonna miss it at some point if we didn't go just in time. I explained the how can e-learning be successful? Because as e-learners, we choose what we like or what we feel like to learn about. We choose the best method for us. We choose the best structure for us. Like when we learn, basically we learn what we like. I've talked about the pros and cons about e-learning. Like it can be advantage and disadvantage. It can be advantage for people, like helping them with their time management, the flexibility and self motivation, and like so many things. It can be disadvantages for people who cannot interact with the technology or use internet or computer, and it requires a high level of self-discipline. You have to trust yourself that you will succeed in what you're doing. That's pretty much it. But moving to the main point of the topic is the real benefits of e-learning. Like the real benefits of e-learning, they are a lot, and for sure I didn't cover them all, but I have covered some of them. The flexibility that you can start or go, like you can start it like anytime, anywhere you want, without any kind of rules, because you are, in this case, you are your own manager. I will keep saying it, because you choose the perfect time, the perfect place for yourself to start. The second one is it helps you with the time management. It helps you how to manage your daytime. If you have like working, if you have family, if you have some sort of routine in your day, so you wanna like add e-learning to this routine, it won't be a problem. You can learn in your free time because it's free to attend. It doesn't force you to go to some specific time. And it helps you to be open to other cultures. It helps you to gain that virtual communication skills, like we're doing right now. We're communicating by Discord. We're asking, like people asking me, and I answer them. We interacting with each other, even if we're not in the same place. And that's one of the most amazing things about e-learning. One of the best benefit of e-learning, that critical thinking skills. That way, it helps you to see things in different ways, from different perspectives, and trying to figure out like some new ways to think how to solve a problem, or how to solve it in shorter time, how to get something done in such a way better than you did before. The last point is the technical skills. Like it helps you to gain technical skills. And like speaking of which, we're using computer a lot nowadays. Even if you game, if you learn so many things, so you know and you understand the machine very, very well. You understand the software, how it's worked, what is going on behind the scene. So it helps you to get familiar with the software or with the machine. If something goes wrong, you will be able to fix it, and you will be able to get it to the normal form again. And that's pretty much it about the presentation that I made. I hope you got I gave you all the important point, and it was easy to understand.
That was a perfect summary. Thank you so much. We have just about 10 minutes left. There is a question. This is one of those impossible questions. This is a question with no fixed answer. I believe this started with Puck. In your view, Kvit, and this is an impossible question, is, in your experience, one or the other better? The whole idea, e-learning, online learning, remote learning, all these things that represent learning in our homes, learning through the use of technology. In your experience, is one better? Learning remotely, e-learning, online learning, or in-person traditional learning. In your experience, do you think it is even possible? Is it even possible to say one or the other is better?
There is nothing better than the other one. Like, truth is, both of them have their own benefits. Like when you go to school, it's actually good. Like it's really, really good to learn from school because you have a lot of people around you. It helps you to gain the skills to how to interact with different people, like different students, like talking in person, talking with your teacher in person. So it's really, really important. But if you e-learning, it makes things easy. It makes it easier. It like you will do like less physical behavior. Like it won't be exhausting for you if you're e-learning. But school and normal learning that we have to go to school or college or courses places or anything, it's very, very important because when you share with real people in the real environment, really, really matter to you, and you learn from your mistake. Also, when you interact with teacher like face to face, it's actually a way better to you. But e-learning is like, we can say it's better for some people and bad for some people. That's why there is nothing better than the other thing. Like they all have their own pros and cons. They have that advantage and disadvantages. So that's the point. You can't compare them because both of them are useful and both of them like really, really important.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. And as we discuss in our class principles, and I appreciate that Puck, who I believe started the question, followed up exactly on that. As we discuss in our principles, as unique, special, valuable individuals, each of us are in the best position to craft our own approach to learning. And I appreciate so much Kvit's wise advice. And Puck themselves following up on that, the best answer is always your own, speaking to the entire class, your own individual answer. And with all things, a balance between what is available. Perfect, wise advice, Kvit and Puck as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And a little further down, Sagana's question. And again, Sagana points out, Niniv, thank you so much. Niniv is recording the presentation. Students will be able to return. We'll put that video, I will post that video in the section of the Notion page, past student presentations, where everyone can return, watch the presentation again or for the first time. Sagana asks, can you discuss more the facilities and the challenges in e-learning? And I love this next part. Do you think we miss important experiences in real life learning when we learn in an online environment? Are there any, and you've spoken to some of this, are there any particular challenges that in online learning, and in online learning, do we miss anything by virtue of doing it online that we otherwise would experience in person?
Let's say when you're learning by your own, you're basically challenging yourself, which means you're teaching yourself because there is nobody around that you can look at him and like, did you do that? Or did you solve it? So give me a hint or something. No, you will have to go to search it by yourself. So it will give you the ability to search, to lead to other problems that people posted, but you will not be able to talk with them. But in the normal way, you have classrooms, you have the teacher in front of you. You can easily, if you get stuck, you can ask them. You can ask your colleague, or you can ask your teacher. So that's the main point. the challenge here that you're challenging yourself that you will have to learn this one by your own. So if you got stuck by like watching the video, you will have to find some topic that really familiar so you can read and get some different ideas about the thing that you don't understand. And that's how it works. Like it's really challenging, and as I said, you're challenging yourself because there is nobody around. But in school or in class, there is a lot of people around that you can interact with.
Perfect. And again, in the earlier answer, both Kvit and Paku asked the question so often, a balance of the variety of opportunities in front of us is the way to achieve the best of each of those. Again, great answer. Thank you for your wise advice, Kvit. We are coming to the end of class. We have a few more minutes before we conclude the class. I believe we got to all the questions. I want to give everyone the opportunity. Again, we're doing this in the chat. We're doing this by typing in the chat. Any final questions? Again, Kvit will be returning at the next class time, a second time. Students who have the schedule that permits that are welcome to join us in that presentation as well. For now, any final questions in the chat? All right. Kvit, what an amazing presentation. I want to give you the opportunity to make your final comments to the class. Before we do that, I want to take an opportunity before we hear Kvit's final comments to the class on his amazing presentation. I want to take a moment, as we often do, to offer our thanks to those individuals without whom we would not have our very home, without whom we would not have the facilities necessary to experience, to grow our amazing learning community. Everyone, a huge round of applause, a standing ovation, a huge thanks. That's right, for staff, everyone, absolutely, whether it is administrators, moderators, senior staff, junior staff. We had the opportunity to visit with staff recently. Whenever you see staff, express your thanks. They have all the time of staff is graciously volunteered, given freely. We owe them so much. We see them so often, as we did just now. We owe so much to staff. Thank you, staff, for the many years that you have freely put in your time to build our very home, the English server. Thank you for all your time freely given to keep us safe, to give us the facilities in which we are able to create and live our amazing, supportive, warm, amazing learning environment. Staff, thank you so much. This applause is for you, staff. We are fortunate enough to have some with us in the audience. This is for those of you who are in the audience. This is for those of you who are not with us right now. Staff, we appreciate you so much. All right.
Please, sorry to interrupt.
What a great presentation. Again, Kvit, a recent member of our community, has already become such a valuable member of our amazing learning community. Kvit has given us a presentation on the benefits of e-learning. What an amazing presentation. What a nicely done presentation. Again, Kvit will be returning at the next class time, 7:30 a.m., to do the presentation one more time. Niniv, everybody, a huge round of applause for Niniv. A huge round of applause for Niniv. Niniv has recorded the presentation. Once it is processed, it will be available through the Notion page in the section Past Student Presentations. Kvit, thank you so much. Your concluding thoughts for this class time, your concluding thoughts. Thank you so much for this amazing presentation and your concluding thoughts to the class.
I just want to answer someone that we miss. It's actually a part of my last words. Like,
Please.
he asked about how you describe your English learning. Basically, learning English is kind of routine of your of your daytime. So if it's not your first language, you have to mix it with your day behavior. Like try to sync with English words in your mind. Try to look at things and to translate it in your mind with English. Also music. Also when you watch some English movies or series, and you have to do the challenge for yourself that first you have to read the subtitles, then you have to remove the subtitles and try to listen only. It will help you a lot. So as I said, it's a practice. It's routine of your day. Never stop, and you will be there, like step by step. And my final word for everyone, really thank you for being here and listening to me. It's my first time in my entire life to do an English presentation, and I was so afraid that I will like stop at the middle of the presentation. I would say no, I can't, but eventually I could challenge myself and do it. I'm so happy that you guys motivated me. The real environment here is really good, and it motivated me a lot. And I want to give advice to people who fears it, because I was afraid before I do it. Just do it and don't think about what comes after. Basically, when we fail, we learn from our failure. We can see our mistakes. A good way of practice, if you're for like in your presentation, if you have figures or some rubbery duck in your office, maybe you can make your own presentation to this rubbery duck or your figure that you have. Also, like when you repeat something, like try to say the same thing all over and over, you will notice that something is wrong. That's why I recommend you to hold your rubber duck in your hand and try to talk to it. I know it sounds like a little bit weird, but trust me, it helped out. So when you try to present that to anything that you have in your hand and repeat it all over and over, you will notice that something is wrong in the beginning, like in the middle or at the beginning, or whenever you notice that, you will fix it immediately. That's how you learn. So being afraid of doing it is not the best way. No, you have to do it, even if you're gonna fail and do it again. As I said, I'm so proud today because I didn't expect that I will be able to communicate with like questions and answer. I didn't like I felt like I stressed a little bit in the middle of my presentation. That's why we need to try. Anything becomes like, I'm not gonna say easy, but it becomes normal when you actually try it. Don't force yourself to be in the same circle. Like, don't be a listener only. Try to talk, try to communicate with people. Even if they don't understand you, they will help you. The positive energy that they will give you, it will help you a lot to improve. And thank you, everyone.
Everyone, a huge round of applause for Kvit. A huge round of applause for Kvit. What an amazing first presentation in English. Wow. As Sagana expressed so perfectly. Wow. What an amazing first presentation in English. Great job, Kvit. Everyone, a huge round of applause. A huge round of applause. Kvit, thank you so much. Great job.
Thank you.
Everyone, You are so welcome. Everyone, join us if your schedule permits. We'll do the same presentation at the next 7:30 a.m. UTC class time. Kavit, thank you so much. Great
Thank you,
job.
Mr.
You're welcome. Kavit, go ahead and return to the audience as we conclude class, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the very next class time.
See you. Bye.
Bye just for now. What a great presentation. What a great presentation.